Wives to Target, put the kids outside.
It's squad time.
Episode 24.
Welcome back. It's been a little slow, but guess what? We're going to probably come to you on Tuesdays, maybe Wednesdays early, depending on how everything works out.
Ready for football season.
Recap weekly NFL.
Yes.
And that our main goal from here until February?
I think so. I mean, when you look at our last 23 episodes, we've been pretty heavy on the Cubs and stuff because it was summer. Local sports, we still want to hit local sports a lot. But otherwise, man, I'm just here to have fun and recap NFL football.
Yeah.
So
loving it. Thursday night kicks off with Eagles-Cowboys.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get into that a little later here in the episode. But to kick it all off with some opening statements here, Kyle had a birthday.
All right, so I have established that I turned 36.
36.
Don't really keep track of that stuff, but what originally happened is my son was supposed to play his first football game, and I think we talked about that on this episode. I was really excited. It was my first game coaching tackle football. It was his first game playing tackle football, and we were going to watch that. We were going to try out this new barbecue joint in Peoria. It all blew up. So, yeah, just like every plan changed, which is fine. It ended up being really cool. My wife and I, we got away for a night. My oldest watched the kids, and we were able to get away. She redeemed some hotel points. We went to Texas Roadhouse and just had a night away. So,
shout out to Taylor for helping him out for the weekend.
Yes, thank you. But yeah, it was nice. You know, even though it wasn't the original plans, it was a nice getaway. And ironically, you know, you got away the same weekend.
Now, did you come back rejuvenated, ready to go this week?
I wish that I could say yes, but no.
No.
Not really, no. Just been super busy at work. I worked Labor Day.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You did.
So, yeah, we saw like 40 people in 6 hours.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was super busy. So, rejuvenated,
Nah.
So
Friday night we played up in Polo, which is 2.5 hours north of here.
Mm-hmm.
So drove all the way up there for 50-0 ass kicking that we got handed to us Friday night. Which I mean, we have one senior, young team.
Right.
Played a very good team that was I think in the Final Four last year, ranked 5th in the state. That's about how that game's gonna go. Got back midnight. It's a Friday night, Saturday morning. Then 2.5 hours over to Iowa City to watch the Hawkeyes. You know, and hadn't been there since 2014, maybe something like that. So it's been a while. And as we're driving over to Iowa City, I talked to my wife. I said, "You're gonna love the wave. It makes you emotional."
Yes.
And she looks at me. She's like, "Why does the wave make people emotional?" And she's thinking the wave of people that go around the stadium doing the hand thing. And she's like, "I don't get that." And I'm like, No. I said, "You have to YouTube this," because I did not know how to explain it.
Right.
I'm like, "They wave at the children's hospital." And she's like, "Oh?" Like, watch a YouTube video real quick. And she's like, "Oh, that's so awesome." And you can, and when you're there and you're in the moment, like, if you don't, like, start to tear up, you don't have a soul.
Well, and especially, you know, we've talked before, she's really involved with, like, St. Jude's and
Right,
stuff.
exactly.
So that probably really hit home with her.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing about college football, man. Like, I know we're going to focus a lot on NFL football, but the cool thing about college football is those traditions, that community out there. Like, that's something you're not going to get in an NFL game, you know? And there's so many different traditions in college football at the different stadiums and stuff. And honestly, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, it is. And, you know, so we go to hang out with my oldest kid's aunt. She's the one that got us the tickets for the game. And she's like, "It's a 20-minute walk." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, you know, probably through traffic." No, it's a legit 20-minute walk from where we parked. So I have Asher, my 4-year-old, up on my shoulders, and we're walking, and we walk right past the children's hospital.
Yeah.
But it's on the other side of this, what you couldn't see from the stadium. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, "Hey, look, they're waving." And, you know, they got these, like, big old Mickey hands, and they're waving at us. Everybody walking by waving. And so before you even get into the game,
you're waving.
You're already getting out. It's like, oh, okay, so you see, like, what it's about.
Yeah.
And obviously, the University of Iowa Children's Hospital is, like, big for their schooling and everything anyway. So all of it ties together. To be honest with you, terrible game. We don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, and haven't had a quarterback for a while, to be honest. But, hey, tight end you is doing good things.
Yes,
so,
it is.
You know?
And, you know, we sent Caleb Johnson to the pros last year.
Yeah.
And so we ran for I think it was 180 yards in the first half. I only had 12 points or 10 points, whatever it was. It's why are you not running the ball?
Right.
Second half, we come out, and we end up over 300 yards running.
Nice.
So it's do what you're good at.
And that works. Control the time of possession, run the ball down their throats, and it's good. That's what I thought Notre Dame was going to do with Miami.
And then they blow it at the end.
And terrible game for Iowa. Honestly, I was watching it. I was a little bit nervous for you at halftime, but
right?
In the grand scheme of things, this was a messed up college football weekend.
Oh, it really was.
And
what's your biggest upset? Texas, obviously,
for
you?
No, I don't think Texas was the biggest upset. Because Ohio State just beat them in January.
Right. That makes sense.
You had a change into the guard at quarterback. Here's the thing, and I'll say this. On Texas and Ohio State, both defenses played really well. And we see that at the beginning of college football seasons. Defenses have that leg up on offenses.
Right.
This game, they made a mistake making it the first weekend. I understand they wanted to open up with a bang, the number 1 and the number 2 seed in the coaches' poll going against each other, and I get that. But if this game had happened in week 8, when both teams had found their momentum, this would have been amazing.
Yeah.
As it was, both offenses struggled out of the gate. Their quarterback didn't look good. Our quarterback didn't look good. Texas's play calling was terrible.
Right.
Absolutely terrible.
And one thing I think they should have done differently also is you put it back late in the year when everybody's already inside watching.
Yes.
Early in this season, it's still 85, 90 degrees out in some places. You may not get the viewership you're looking for on TV.
Yeah, and I think just having that as the opening weekend, they really messed up. I looked at Crystal and I was like, this would be a different game in 3 months.
Oh, it really would. 100% would. I see both sides of that. I'm excited because it kicked it off, but then the University of Illinois is playing WIU.
Right.
It's so some teams are getting these easy playing games. Other teams are playing a ranked opponent right out of the gate. Right.
And I think a lot of teams try to play that easy game early on. And when we're going to bounce back, we play San Jose State or something this weekend, so it's fine. But no, I don't think. And still, even with how bad Texas played, even with how bad Ohio State played, it was a 14-7 game.
Right.
We're a few plays away from that being a different outcome.
Exactly.
So I don't really think that was too much of an upset.
Bama getting smoked by FSU.
Bama was a big one. I really didn't see that
Probably
coming.
the biggest one.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest one. I personally thought that Notre Dame would destroy Miami. I thought
losing Cam Ward, and that's all they had.
Right, and I don't believe in Carson Beck. I've said that before.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, they lost their quarterback, but the guy taking over has experience. They have a good run and pound game. And it was super rainy in Miami.
Right.
So I was like, Notre Dame's just going to run away with this. Miami can't pass the ball. This is Notre Dame's type of game. And it wasn't.
But how do you, in a crucial minute, give up 2 sacks at the end of the game? That just you throw the ball away.
Right.
Something.
And that's, So to me, that one surprised me. But again, I think Bama FSU was the big one.
Yeah.
And
obviously it was. Bama was ranked 8 going into that. Here's what I want to hit on, and I don't like to say anything about conspiracy theories, but out of everybody in the nation outside of FSU fans, they picked Bama to win this,
right.
Like any logical person would do, except for Lee Corso.
Yeah,
he puts the headgear on, goes back to the alma mater of FSU, and not only do they win the game, they ran away with it.
Right.
It got out of hand so fast that Alabama was not catching up. There was no chance.
No, there really wasn't. And really, Notre Dame, Miami, that was a good game. LSU, Clemson, that was a good game. But a lot of the teams, some teams were expected to win, and they did. Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, they all killed.
Right.
And I really think, because I got to address my SEC bias if we're going to talk about college football.
Yeah.
I really think the SEC this year is going to be a dogfight.
Oh,
I don't think right now you can pick a favorite.
Yeah.
With Texas losing, Bama losing, LSU lost, right?
No,
they beat Clemson. You're right. So they beat Clemson. Then you have Tennessee won, Georgia won, Florida won. Ole Miss looked good. All these SEC teams are just right in together now. So I think they're going to be a dogfight all season long.
I think so. This is the first time that Alabama or Georgia hasn't had like the best recruiting class. Like they usually run away with everybody wants to go there, and that's not the case. One game I want to talk about though is TCU and UNC.
Yeah.
Bill Belichick, for the first time in his career, got embarrassed.
Yeah. And it started off good.
Yeah.
They had like an 80-yard drive. They scored a touchdown. It's like, okay, all right, I see you.
Yep.
And then it went downhill.
Yeah. And I read an amazing stat here that in 511 games in the NFL, Bill Belichick never had 48 points scored on him.
Oh, wow.
In one game in college, boom, done. You know, and the thing is college can't translate to the NFL.
Right.
So apparently the NFL can't translate to college.
Apparently not. And we've seen that before. Although some people, that are very successful in college are not successful in the NFL and vice versa. But looking ahead, I feel like we should talk about, just because you're a fan, but I think the biggest game next week is Iowa and Iowa State.
Oh, the rivalry, yeah, right out of the gate.
And by far, I don't see anything else that even compares to that.
What do you got for me, buddy? You want to say hi to the podcast? Hey, who do you got with you?
Sonic.
They want to see Sonic? Oh. But yeah, no, I'm with you. A rivalry game, week 2. That doesn't happen very often.
And there's really not a lot of other good games.
No.
So I think that one's the one to watch for week 2. But crazy start. I hope it keeps up. A few years ago, I'd have been super worried. Texas loses that game, that's it. They drop to number 7. How do you bounce back from that? But with the expanded playoff,
that's the thing. And that's the beauty of the expanded playoff.
Yeah. You
still have the shot.
Right.
Which should still be there. You should not lose week 1 to a ranked team and then not have a shot at it.
Exactly.
That's unrealistic. No other sport, no other organization, no other conferences do anything remotely close to that.
Yeah, but even a few years ago, when you had a 4-team playoff, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, you just lost, you're probably done.
Yeah.
So I'm not sweating this. And honestly, I don't think Ohio State is a great team. I don't look for them to be at the top of the rankings very long. So that will help if Texas bounces back. They should move back up the rankings pretty well.
Yeah. I would say don't count anybody out. Bama,
Drop
Texas,
a lot,
Ohio State, all of them, they're going to get back up there.
I think so.
They're the SEC powerhouses, so they'll be there.
They'll be.
I believe Iowa should probably be ranked. We didn't lose.
I mean,
we didn't play anybody, but we didn't
Iowa
lose.
State's ranked, so I guess if you beat them, and they almost lost to Kansas State, I could see them moving up.
That's true.
Especially if somebody like Bama or somebody that's near that bottom falls out.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And Bama fell to what?
21.
Yeah. Lowest ranking
Yeah.
in 17 years.
They dropped a lot. They dropped to 21. Texas dropped to 7. Obviously, Ohio State's number 1.
Just spitballing here. So, first time that we, as Garage Time, went to Alabama.
Yeah.
So, are we the curse?
We might be. We are the Billikens of Alabama.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. All I know is it went from roll, tide, roll to no, tide, no. So.
Well, let's keep it rolling on to some unsolicited advice. Advice number 1, stock up the beer fridge.
Yes.
And I'm not only saying that because, it's college football season, or it's football season, but it's also getting to be the winter months.
It's nice weather right now. The nights are cool, but it's going to get colder. I feel like winter's going to come a little bit quicker this year. There's an old wives' tale about those brown, fluffy, like woolly worms. When you start seeing them, the cold weather's coming. I've seen a shit ton of them. Yeah. If you're out driving, especially on the back roads, look down at the road and they are just constant
everywhere
across the road.
I've noticed them too.
I think we're gonna have a very short fall this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I'm kind of ready for it.
Yeah. But so you stock up the beer, and this is the time that the beer goes on sale.
It does. Yeah.
So you go to get a case of Busch Light, Bud Light, Make Ultra, whatever. Buy one, you get another one for whatever. You got to buy it.
Yeah, and I even noticed the other day that garage beer, which is normally expensive, we both talked about we like it. It's expensive. I went to Hy-Vee the other day and it was $4 off case, so it was like a 12-pack for $12.
It's $1 a beer.
Yeah, exactly.
It's hard to beat that.
You're right.
So.
But yeah, I'd say stock up now. you got holidays coming, you got football coming, you've got bonfires. We've
coming.
been invited to one this weekend.
And that's the thing. So like around here, small school Friday nights, hey guys, football game's over. Let's have a couple beers before Saturday. Oh hey, there's a good game going on Saturday night. Why don't you guys swing by?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, there's a good game going on Sunday. Why don't you swing by?
Right.
So when you're stocking up your fridge, is it a mix or is it one of the same?
It's kind of a mix. I mean, I used to really get a mix, like a little bit of everything when I was much younger and before I had kids. I used to mix everything. Like I would have maybe a 12-pack of each, and then whoever comes over is welcome.
Right.
Now I pretty much just stick to what I drink, and honestly, I don't even stock it as much as I used to, because we've talked about we had several people that took advantage of that. So it's stocked. I mean, right now I think I have 2 6-packs and a 12-pack in my fridge. If I knew somebody was coming over, I might grab something else, but it's not anything that's going to get abused and gone.
Right.
So for me, I just kind of grab what I like, and then usually something like Busch Light's going to satisfy most anybody.
Yeah.
So
I have a plan to get a beer on this weekend because it's birthday party Sunday.
Yeah.
Hopefully watch some football, but I'm thinking about just getting natties.
Whole Mills.
Like,
I mean,
it's cheap.
My whole thing when it comes to natty is like, Busch Light's not a whole lot more expensive, but it's a whole lot better.
Oh, it is. But see, the thing is that's the beer for people that didn't bring beer.
Oh yeah.
I'm drinking the good stuff.
Hey, I was always raised that the best type of beer is free beer. Like if somebody's offering you a beer, you don't complain.
You don't complain, right? Just like if you go to somebody's house and they have a whiskey or a scotch or whatever, you take it.
Yeah. If you hand me a natty, I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna drink it. So.
That first might suck, but
yeah, and I think that's kind of a courtesy thing too. Like if somebody offers you one, unless there's a good reason, like I'm getting ready to drive, I'm going to work, I'm on call, I'm whatever the case, I don't feel well. That's one thing, but for the most part, I think it's kind of like guy code. If somebody offers you a beer, just take it.
Just take it.
Yep. And that was kind of hard. So this is something I didn't talk about with any. I don't even know if I told you, but I recently did like a challenge for myself where I went 30 days without drinking any alcohol whatsoever.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, but it was a purposeful thing, right? Like I wanted to see
if you could do it.
Yeah, I had some personal reasons, but I wanted to see kind of what triggered me to want one. Like, were there any unhealthy behaviors and whatever? I didn't want to get into that, but even then, it's like if somebody offers you a beer, you take it. Right. You can take one, and then after that, you can be like, "Nah, man, I'm good.
Right.
But I don't know. It feels rude to turn that down.
Right. So, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not the kind of guy that can come up and be like, "Hey, here's a beer." Be like, "Hey, beer's in the fridge. Help yourself."
Yeah.
That's your way out.
Right. You just don't grab one.
Don't grab one. Like, I'm not gonna watch. Did you get? I don't care that much.
There are people that do.
Like.
Yeah.
You had the option. If you don't want to, because for whatever reason, cool, don't.
And there are people that do. Like, there are people that do get really upset about that and make a scene about it.
Right.
But yeah, I just think for the most part, like, hey, it's there. And we've talked about a beer fridge. If I care that much that there's something in there I don't want somebody to have, it's not in the beer fridge.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
you just don't do it. Moving on to the next one.
Best ways to watch football.
Yeah.
So this differs for me.
So let's break it down into like what makes it happen. So obviously the type of game, the time, the season. So like if you're in fall, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that kind of stuff.
Right.
And what other factors? Who's playing?
I think that's a lot of it. So like one of my favorite ways to watch football is like a Saturday during the day, college football, garage door open, and everybody's sitting like driveway garage door with the TV blaring and just visiting.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my favorite ways to watch and we did that last year.
Right.
I think you and me and a couple of our friends were sitting kind of in the driveway. College football is on, but we're over here just visiting.
Yeah, we're half-ass watching the game.
Right.
Oh shit, big play. I didn't go back to the conversation.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like that.
For the NFL, for whatever reason, that doesn't work as well. Like NFL, I feel like you're focusing more.
And why is that?
I don't know.
Like,
because the NFL, we're usually sitting down or, we're in the garage, like the Super Bowl, we're here watching it, but it's more focused.
Well, here I got a few reasons on this. I was hoping to bring this up. So,
Yeah.
what do you bet on? College or NFL?
Usually NFL.
NFL, because college is too unpredictable at times.
College is hard. Yeah.
And then the biggest one, fantasy football.
Right.
Like you have your guys going, and I have 8 teams this year. So I'm out there like, I got to check what every person's doing. Like, oh, Hawkinson had a good play over here. Chuba just had a big run.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence just threw a touch. And you're focused because you have so much going on. You're playing a couple money leagues. You have some for fun, whatever.
Right. And it's so hard with college football because, like you said, it's so unpredictable. If you had fantasy football, which obviously you don't, if you had bets placed on college football, they fail for the most random reasons. Like maybe there was a snap count. Maybe for whatever reason, the leading receiver of the country doesn't get any targets that game, and you don't know why.
Yeah.
NFL doesn't really do that.
But
it depends on the season too, because obviously if it's winter time, we're not sitting out in the driveway.
Oh,
watching
exactly.
It,
Yeah, no, it's too cold. Unless you heat it. Like mine.
Yeah.
Might be over here. I also think so you have a Friendsgiving, a random party or whatever. Those are good times to be in the garage. Women and kids can go do whatever. Guys are out in the garage watching it. I think that's a good one. I mean, obviously, to me, any Super Bowl party you can go to is probably the top. It should be.
Right.
At the Super Bowl, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Everybody brings out their A game and cooking a dish of some sort.
And I think NFL brings that more too.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Because I think both of our wives and maybe some of our friends are more apt to sit down and watch an NFL game than they are a college game.
Right.
And that's not the same. Like down south, I think college football outranks the NFL.
That SEC.
Right, yeah. The Bible Belt. But, up here, it's NFL. Like, that's what everybody's more acceptable to do, So it depends. Like I said, it really just depends. But I think that watching it with people, trying to watch it with your kids, I'm a firm believer, especially if you've got a kid that plays football or that is learning football, have them watch.
100%.
Man, you learn so much.
And that is one thing, bringing that up real quick, not to go off topic here, but coaching high school football, how many kids on our team do not watch any football?
Yeah, we were talking about that too.
It's like, no wonder you guys don't know anything. Like, you don't even watch what you're playing,
And so many, even when I was growing up, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, John Madden, stuff like that, they really did a good job of breaking down the game.
Right.
Why is this happening?
Yes.
But now even more so, dude. And I hate to say it, but Tony Romo, Greg Olsen is a great one. Tom Brady is a football genius. I'm sorry, love him or hate him, he knows a lot. Randy Moss. These guys are breaking down the game like never before. And for that matter, when I was watching college football, obviously we all talk about Saban and whatnot, but Matt Leinart and Brady Quinn, some of these guys that were college legends are really breaking down the game a lot.
And here's another big advantage to this nowadays, what we didn't have growing up. Almost any game that you're watching with what we have, you can pause it and replay it.
Yes.
We couldn't do that growing up.
No.
You saw it play once.
Yeah. It was live action, yeah.
And nowadays with all the streaming apps and the DirecTV and all that, and you can kind of rewind it, you can take that moment to explain it. Like, hey, this is what just happened. Here's the why.
Right.
The corner went over the top and he should have went under. The lineman stepped the wrong direction. All this stuff. And kids just don't realize how well they could literally coach themselves from their couch.
And even just, there's the fundamentals. Like you tell them when practice and stuff, get low, you have the leverage. But you look during a game, everybody's trying to do that. Mm-hmm. If you're a running back, you're dropping your shoulder. If you're a defense, you're trying to get at the hip. These are things that we're teaching, and you're seeing grown men, athletes, doing these same things.
Right.
And then you have, don't forget the Baker Mayfield, the Lamar Jackson, the Patrick Mahomes that are good about making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Right.
When the play breaks down, they improvise.
Right.
And that's something you can't teach, but just teaching them, don't give up on a play.
Right.
The receiver's coming back to the quarterback. What happens when it doesn't go as planned?
Right. Finding the greased face when you're out there, So, well, let's move it on to sports. So obviously we set up a new thing with Garage Time Pick'ems.
Yes.
Here's the info here. Log in, get it done, join it. We are giving out prizes every single week this year. First week, week 1, it's going to be a $25 gift card to Buffalo Wild Wings. So basically what you're going to have to do is log in, which we share the info,
Yeah.
and get into Yahoo app. What are the rules?
And that's it. So get into Yahoo Sports. You have to be in our league. The link is here. The link is on our Facebook page. The link is everywhere we are. There's no excuse not to find it. You get in, you join, and you literally just pick the winner of every game. Every game, if you correctly pick the winner, you get 1 point. 1 point per game. One game a week we identify as the Garage Time Game of the Week. That game, if you pick the winner, it's worth 3 points.
Right.
So 1 point, every winner, 3 points for the game of the week. The tiebreaker would be the total points scored in Monday Night Football. But look, you don't have to be a football expert.
Right.
This is free to play. You're not paying to get into this. You're just in here having fun with us, and the winner gets an actual prize.
Yeah.
Right? I don't care how you like the logo, you like the colors. Your ex-boyfriend liked the Cowboys, so you picked the Eagles. I don't give a fuck. Just make a pick.
Yeah, just make the pick
Yeah.
and join it. And so the grand prize of whoever make the most weekly wins, right? How you
Right.
want to say this?
Yep.
So you win an entire week, that counts as one. So whoever has the most of those gets $100 right to them from Garage Time.
So a maximum of 18 points
Yep.
over the course of the season. So this benefits you to get in now. You can join anytime. If you don't want to join till week 6, that's fine.
Yeah.
But this benefits you to get in right now.
So you can win a weekly prize, and if you win every weekly prize for 9 straight weeks, you also get $100 on top of everything else you just won. And who knows what all we're gonna have? We got some cool stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Also have some sponsors that are gonna sponsor a couple weeks. If you want to sponsor, shout us out. We'll make sure it gets done. We'll make sure we call it the whatever
Yeah.
pick of the week or
The
something.
Garage Time Pick'em sponsored by Dr. Pepper. No, I don't know who it is, but
Yeah.
basically, like I said, super easy to do. You don't have to know football. There's no reason why people shouldn't be joining this. Have some fun, interact with us. To give you a leg up, in case you don't watch NFL football, you suck at picking, or you're just generally not good at figuring this shit out, we're going to tell you our picks. We'll go through game by game. So we start out Thursday Night Football, season opener, Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. Who do you got?
I got the Eagles.
I absolutely have the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean,
And
defending champs, whatever.
more so with Dallas losing Micah Parsons.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to go crazy.
I don't think it made a difference, but yeah. Friday night special. Doesn't happen very often in the NFL season, but we have a Friday night game in week 1. Kansas City Chiefs versus
Los Angeles
Los Angeles,
Chargers.
almost to San Diego.
Yeah.
But the Chargers. Chiefs Chargers, who you got?
This one's hard. So I want to pick the Chargers because I feel like the Chargers are going to be the better team.
Picking the upset.
But
game 2.
Kansas City is going to come back pissed off from that Super Bowl, and I'm going Kansas City.
Kansas City right here. Turn it into noon on Sunday. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Tampa Bay all day.
Baker Mayfield, let's go. Cincinnati at Cleveland.
This will be closer the second time they play, but Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, yep. Miami at Indy. All right, so for this is like the showdown of the non-QBs.
Yeah.
Like, Tua's probably going to play the first half. And
Right.
then he'll have a concussion. You got Daniel Jones starting for the Colts. Actually, here it has a 77% favor for the Dolphins. I'm going with the Colts.
I'm going to go with Miami.
Ooh, well, there we go. Still on noon Sunday games, we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New England Patriots. So you have, who is it? Geno Smith
Right.
versus Drake May.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of factors in here. When we talked about our game of the week, this is one we almost picked. Honestly, 2 very respectable coaches. I think both these guys are going to bring their team ready to play. I'm giving the favor to the Patriots.
Looks like I have New England selected as well. So I hope to see that they kind of rebound a little bit. Obviously, I'm not a huge fan of Ash and G&T anyway. So, yeah, New England all day.
All right. The Arizona Cardinals at the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, so not going for the Saints. Not happening.
I so badly wanted to find a reason to pick the Saints here. but I had him number 32 in my power rankings, and I can't do it.
Do you even know who the quarterback is?
Spencer Rattler.
Spencer Rattler? I thought they'd go to Tyler Show.
So they're talking about Spencer Rattler,
Okay.
at least to start off, and sure, he's got a year more experience. But I don't know.
So you got Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's go.
Pretty
Cardinals
good
all day.
defense, yeah.
Steelers, Jets. Pretty simple here.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It should be the Steelers.
New York Jets.
You like Justin Fields? Is that what you're saying?
I think that I don't know. You have to pick some upsets, or you're never going to win this pick'em league.
Okay. Okay. Oh, before we get too far, we cannot win the prizes.
Correct.
We didn't state that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said before, I think this New England, or this Pittsburgh roster is a lot of experience, but a lot of age. And until I see how that works together, I'm a firm believer that Aaron Rodgers is not a team player.
right.
So
I agree.
I don't know how this works, and until I see it, I think the Jets have enough speed and enough returning players that maybe they figure this one out.
All right. I respect it. I went with Steelers. Probably another tough game later in the season, the second time they play. Giants Commanders.
Yeah. This has got to be the Commanders. I
Yeah.
mean, they're going to pick up where they left off. I don't see a sophomore slump out of Jaden Daniels. And right now, whether it's Wilson, I think it's supposed to be Russ, or Jameis Winston, they're just a placeholder. Like, we know Dart's going to have this job.
Yeah.
And later in the season, absolutely a good game. Right now, I don't think so.
The final noon game for Sunday, the Carolina Panthers plays Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars. I obviously picked the Panthers.
Give me the Panthers.
Oh,
I actually agree with
yeah.
you. I do not believe in Jacksonville this year.
Yeah. You're like the only one.
I know, and honestly, they are one of the top teams when you look at the easiest schedule through the first 6 weeks of the season.
Yep.
Jacksonville's right up there.
Right. They are.
I think this is the year that Trevor Lawrence shows who he is.
Yep.
And again, what did you do to improve this team?
Yeah. And that's the thing. He's got an elite receiver in Brian Thomas. Travis Hunter should get a lot of reps. Problem is, he's going to play both sides of the ball, so good luck. I would like to really believe that Bryce Young has taken that next step and is going to lead us to victory.
Yeah.
The 305 games, the Tennessee Titans and the Denver Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah, Super Bowl favorites in my opinion, Broncos all day.
Yeah.
Niners, Hawks.
So 100%, I'm going Niners because you cannot convince me that Seattle's going to be okay at quarterback.
Oh, yeah, Sam Darnold, no doubt.
Yeah.
No.
So.
All right, the next one. Lions, Packers.
I got to pick Detroit. I had Green Bay too high in my power rankings. It hurts me. I'm going with Detroit.
I went with Detroit as well. I just feel like they're the more complete team at the moment. I think there's a couple question marks at wide receiver for the Packers going into week 1.
From here, I feel like it gets more difficult. So we've got the Houston Texans and the LA Rams. There's a lot of question marks on the Texans. Is Nico Collins going to come back okay from injury? Is Tank Dell going to come back okay? Is C.J. Stroud the quarterback we saw last year or the quarterback we saw the year before?
Right.
I think that Stafford and the addition of Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua, coming into his own and all of this stuff, the Rams are going to be a good team. I like the Texans here.
I went with the Texans as well.
Really?
I don't believe in Matthew Stafford at this point. I think he's aging out. Puka's going to do his thing. Kyrie Williams is going to be great. But C.J. Stroud and the Texans are going to come in. They're kind of hitting that window of we need to win now. They're still down Tank Dell, but they drafted well. They picked up some off-season stuff. And I think C.J. Stroud knows he needs to prove it.
Last year was a disappointing season for them.
Yep.
So I think they bounced back big.
I agree. And now, for the grand time game of the week.
So this game, you pick the winner. It's worth 3 points.
Sunday Night Showdown with Carrie Underwood. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills.
This is a tough one.
Lamar versus Josh.
The Bills are the favorites, right? On here, it's a 69 to 30% favorite. I guess the other 1% thought it was going to be a tie or something. I don't fucking know. But I want to say the Bills, and I think it's the Ravens.
I am going with the Ravens as well.
Baltimore has more weapons. they've done a better job of filling around Lamar Jackson than Buffalo has done filling around Josh Allen.
Yes.
And early season Lamar Jackson is incredible.
Yes.
Look at how he started last season.
He is. And here's the thing, though. That Baltimore defense is one of the top 3 of the league.
Oh, yeah.
They are so good in all phases on that defensive side of the ball.
It's a lot harder for Josh Allen to get moving when you have Roquan Smith back there.
Yeah.
So.
Well, then you got Kyle Hamilton. You got a good defensive line. Yeah, Baltimore all day.
Yeah.
So that is the upset as well. So if you pick the Ravens, you get 3.
And if you pick the Bills, you get to say I told you so.
And now, on to Monday Night Football. Your beloved Chicago Bears hosting the Minnesota Vikings.
So, there's probably some bias here. I have to pick the Bears because if I don't believe that the Bears finally fix this, the season is lost.
Okay.
So, until they break my heart again, on paper, there's no reason why this team should not be good.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
They have a great roster. They have a great coaching staff. They added weapons. Caleb Williams should have time to throw the ball. Addison's out of this game. It's J.J. McCarthy's first game under center. I feel like this really should be Chicago.
That is why I'm going Minnesota. Because J.J. McCarthy, I thought he was great at Michigan, liked what he did there. Really hoping his first NFL start isn't a complete terrible loss to the Bears.
Hopefully not.
And then, so it gives you a couple options. I went ahead and put them all out on mine. So, the score of the Monday night game, remember that is the combined score. I have 27-10 Vikings.
I have 27-20 Bears.
Okay. So, in order to get the tiebreaker, that's combined points, so mine 37. Sunday night score, Baltimore 34, Buffalo 27.
Baltimore 37, Bills 24.
Wow.
I feel like they step away from this one.
Who will score the most points this week?
Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh.
Wow, okay.
I have no faith in the Jets. Who will score the least amount of points this week?
Hang on, I'm looking. Who will score the least amount of points this week? You know what? Give me the Saints.
Saints? Me too.
I was just scrolling through and I was like,
Who that? You guys suck.
And there we go. Save my picks. They're in there. Go look. I'm not leaving them.
Yeah, so please join us in this Pick'em League. It's going to be a fun season of going down and breaking down some games. Maybe next time we'll go faster through a couple others, break down some more. I don't know, first time doing this, and we're kind of excited.
Yeah, we just want you guys to join in.
So we picked the garage time game of the week. Make sure you guys hit on that one for sure, because you're going to want the extra points if you can get them. And then, pick your favorite team, always, because it's not your favorite team if you can't root for them, even if you think they might lose. And then, week 2 comes around, and we'll be ready to go with a great Thursday night matchup next week. Wow, holy cow.
Yeah, it gets good.
Anyways, not to look ahead, but, So we'll see you on that. That's the end of sports. Let's get on to the GTR.
So, our Cubbies, man, we're 5.5 games back on Milwaukee. We feel like maybe we started to figure some things out. I don't know. It's still not great. We damn near swept the Rockies.
Swept LA.
We swept LA. We're currently beating the Braves. We beat them last night. We're currently beating them 4-3 in the 8th, which is a good team. Riddled by injuries, but a good team. I don't know, man.
Here's what I'm going to label us as. The worst playoff team.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel
we're
like...
We're going to make the playoffs. We're going to be the worst team there.
Yeah. I feel like we're going to squeak into the playoffs. I don't know what we'll do after that.
As of right now, I think we have the number 1 wild card seed.
Yes, we do. Just above San Diego, I think.
Yeah, I think that's who it was. And, honestly, there was a couple weeks ago. I haven't watched the game. Sat down and watched them very well lately with football and everything. But I watched some highlights, and I saw Kyle Tucker try to make a throw from right field. Nailed dude in the helmet, and the ball bounced behind the home plate.
Yeah.
And this dude wants $400 million? Absolutely not.
The chemistry that we talked about at the beginning of the season, this team is having fun. They're fun to watch. They're a good group. They're gelling off of each other. That's gone.
All right. So here's the thing that I think might be able to bring that gel back. And obviously we've had Justin Turner, but we signed another veteran.
We did. I just saw it.
Santana?
Yeah,
Carlos Santana?
Yep, Carlos
That sounds
Santana.
right. Ran with the Cleveland Indians or Cleveland Guardians for a while.
You can't say that, dude.
No, my bad. I'm human. Okay, sorry. But I think this is more of a, hey, we need more veteran presence in the ballpark.
Right.
So that's exactly what it comes down to is how can we have veteran presence that's not going to take away a lot of spots because they're not bringing up another first baseman. There's no one to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just hope it doesn't take reps away from Michael Bush.
Hopefully not. And you want a veteran presence? Maybe you bring Rizzo in. I'm not gonna give up on it. No, honestly,
Bring him in for the playoff push.
Yeah.
Hit the grand slam to win the World Series. Perfect.
I mean, I know it's not gonna happen.
No.
Especially now that they signed Santana, obviously. But man, I can't let it go. He's still sitting out there without a paycheck.
But makes you wonder why.
I don't know, man.
Like that could be the spark that they needed.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible with New York.
No.
I mean, honestly, I don't.
But he doesn't even have to bat.
Yeah.
Like just having him there, the Wrigley faithful going crazy.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're
Like,
burning down Chicago when you bring him back.
yeah. And he's a clubhouse presence. All of his teammates have always talked about how much they loved him.
Right.
Like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's almost the spark you need, but it's hard. Like, there's still a good amount of baseball left.
Yes.
I think we get into the playoffs. I hope at that point things turn around and we come back to some of the earlier game success, but
Right.
I don't feel as strong about him as I did earlier in the season, for sure.
And I'm with you though. I mean, why not bring in Rizzo? Why not go out and there's a couple bullpen arms I think that were out there when I was looking. It made sense more than trying to call up somebody who's not ready.
Yeah. Just give us
Especially
a spark.
since we have a shot at, maybe making the division or conference or whatever.
Yeah.
So why not wait for the playoffs? It'd be different if we were a 50-win team.
Right.
Get the guys that need to come up and give them some playing time. The guy I want to talk about the most, though, is Cade Horton.
Yeah.
Since the All-Star break, this dude looks like Jake Arrieta.
He does look great. And, and I think that's helped a lot. And obviously, maybe we kind of started to fill out our starting rotation. Got some bullpen help. Assad came back. We got enough arms to figure stuff out. But
Yep.
Horton looks incredible.
Yeah.
And earlier in the year, if you had asked me, obviously I would have said PCA, Suzuki, those guys were our MVPs this year for the Cubs. I think Horton's got to be in that conversation.
Oh, he is.
And who else? If not Horton. Tyone's had a good year.
Yeah. Showtime's not been consistent.
Showtime's not been consistent. Suzuki kind of fell off.
Yep. PCA fell off.
Bush? You start talking Bush? Who is there? Who's your bright spot? Nico?
Yeah.
So I feel like Cade Horton, you got to start talking about that's kind of your guy right now.
I agree. Yeah,
So-
I agree. And are there anybody down in the minors that should get a shot at the 40-man for September?
I feel like we've pulled up everybody that I would feel good about. I do feel like the Cubs have given quite a few guys a chance this year.
I think so.
So I think, I'm happy with that to see the farm system and everything, but I can't think of anybody else off the top of my head that should get a shot right now.
Yeah.
Matt Shaw, since coming back, has been phenomenal.
He has. And I think giving him the breaks they're giving him is what's making that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Because he knows he doesn't he's like, I get this one day off a week, and it's just what that young kid needs versus trying to play 145 games. He's like, I can play 110, 120, and that's what everybody's wanting out of him.
And I feel like at this time, your roster is who your roster is. Like, we're in September now. I don't feel like really there's a weak spot defensively on the field right now. All the guys are hitting about the same. Our pitching has been okay. We found ourselves a closer, it looks like.
Yeah, Quincy is amazing.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody you call up right now.
No, I agree. And it's funny that you say our pitching is amazing because that's what struggled so much in the first part of the season.
And now the pitching is good.
Post All-Star break, our pitching's been one of the top things. It really has.
But we can't get hits.
No, the batsmen are cold.
Yeah.
So, moving on to the GTR. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about her. Taylor Swift did her first podcast with the Kelseys. But there's something strange that we want to talk about.
She's on our podcast. Oh, no. Sorry.
She is.
I thought
Taylor Swift's in my garage?
I thought she was coming in here.
No, the fact that she didn't own the rights to her music.
Yeah, and just another example of a celebrity that was maybe taken advantage of when they were young.
Right.
But I didn't know this. I know a lot of people that probably watch this podcast strictly because of Taylor Swift already know this. But yeah, she didn't have rights to any of her own music.
And, to me, it's like, how is that possible? I didn't realize this was a thing. I thought all the artists owned their own songs.
Right.
I really thought that. Like, I didn't know enough about the industry to have an opinion on this. And now I'm like, wait a second. So I never understood the songs that were labeled Taylor's version.
Right.
I was just like, that okay.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
And some of them, you're like, the original is better. Or some of them, you're like, no, Taylor's version is better. Whatever. And then she explains it in the podcast of why she has Taylor's version. So she re-recorded every single one of her songs from the very beginning so that she could, quote unquote, own them.
And bought rights to some of these. But how much money, and I get it, she's worth a lot.
Right.
But let's think about
1.6 billion.
Right. Let's think about how popular she has been. How much money did she just spend to buy those rights back?
It honestly, fuck the person who made her do that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you made plenty of money off of Taylor Swift.
Right.
Without probably doing a damn thing.
Yep. And you wonder, like, what's the alternative? Like, because obviously a new artist isn't going to come out and they're going to say, hey, you own all of your music, right? They want to make money.
Right.
But do you say, hey, after you have so many hit singles, you own the rights to your music? Or after 10 years, you own the rights to your music? Or whatever the case may be. But, this would suck. Like, imagine if she had had a couple of good years, 5-6 really good years, and then kind of faded out. That's it. Like, she's done.
Right.
And never owns rights to her own music. And I mean, on the other side of that, you have Garth Brooks, who owns all of his music so strictly that you can't even listen to it on YouTube or anything.
Right.
But I don't know what the alternative is here. I just feel like this is a really shitty deal for her.
I agree. And, props to Taylor Swift for being able to go out there and get her own and to open the door to the young people joining the industry so that they don't get taken advantage of. Because I also feel like, at 18 years old, maybe people own this stuff to put you in a better spot. Mm-hmm. But like you said, at age 25, after 10 years in the industry, whatever.
Something.
Here, I'm signing this over to you.
Right.
Especially somebody who, like Taylor Swift, has been an icon since the day she was noticed.
And you kind of wonder, this is almost one of those perfect situations where, the future Mr. and Mrs. Swift.
Hashtag
yeah.
Kelsey Swift.
Where they create maybe even something like their own record label where they help people come into this business without being taken advantage of.
Right.
And I don't know that ever happens, but man, it'd be good to see it happen.
Right. And honestly, I don't know if you watched the podcast. I watched it all live, and Taylor is so much more genuine than I ever thought.
Are you a Swiftie now?
I've always been a Swiftie, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, man, I was singing You Belong With Me way back in the day, back in high school, 15, 20 years ago.
There's worse ones. Like, you could belt out, like, Love Story or something.
I mean, I don't mind that one either.
Yeah.
So, when you were working, waiting tables, working part-time, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, getting stuff through college. I've always really been a inside huge Swiftie. And, she kind of went more from the pop country into pop, and I kind of didn't follow her as much. And now she's kind of more back onto pop country again. But I don't watch a lot of new music. I listen to a lot of new music, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
I like the 90s country. I prefer it now. But, I think Taylor Swift opened eyes to a lot of people about what happened in this industry, and I think it's going to be harder for that to happen.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. Nobody should have to fork out even $1 million or $500,000 or $25,000 or whatever it is to buy their own music.
Yeah, they have the talent.
Like, I understand, like, let's say you wrote the song and I sang it. Okay. You get credit for being the writer, but I sang it. Like,
right.
People don't listen to a song because the person wrote it.
Right.
You never hear it.
Like, and and especially, like, I'm assuming the owner of all this music was the record label, which...
I would assume so.
You know, I'm not downplaying them, but they're not putting in the work.
No.
Not that, Taylor is. Or
They have the finances to get you studio time
right.
to practice. Literally what it breaks down to. I mean, no 18-year-old really had the funds to spend $4,000 to book studio time. Nobody has that.
No, but now we live in a world where YouTube and TikTok stars are getting exposures, and a lot of these artists are not starting with a record label.
Right. No.
Like you see them on YouTube, you see them on TikTok, and they're getting exposure through their own actions, and maybe they don't have an agent at first.
Right.
I'm sure they need one at some point for legal reasons, but now the record label almost doesn't hold that power that it used
Exactly.
to. So,
and I think that's a phenomenal thing.
Yeah.
Moving on to what were they thinking?
Okay. Unknown number. Spoiler alert. It's a Netflix special. We're going to talk about it. This will spoil the show. Turn it off now or don't bitch that it was spoiled.
Yes. So, catfishing has since been a thing for, I don't know how many numbers of years now. And the amount of people doing the catfishing is obviously increasing every day with spam.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever,
Apps to help you with it.
And watching this movie opens your eyes to just how much, I don't even know the correct word, psychopaths?
Yeah.
Sociopaths? Whatever there are in the country.
This was so messed up. And the background information here, and again, if you're watching this, I'm hoping that you've either watched the documentary or you just don't care to watch it. But the background information is there's this group of high school kids in rural Michigan. And basically over the course of 2 years, what starts as texting one girl all of these horrible things, you're ugly, you're flat-chested, you have no ass, your boyfriend hates you, all of this stuff. And she's 12. Texting her all of this stuff from an unknown number becomes texting a lot of people in the school.
Right.
The friends, the boyfriends, new people that they meet 6 hours away, like just boom. And of course the parents try to block the number. But the whole thing is that whoever is behind it is using some kind of app that generates new unknown numbers. So you block one number, it comes from another number, and so on and so forth. You can't block it. And this goes on for like 2 years. And it gets progressively worse.
Right. So, obviously, as you're sitting there watching the documentary, watching the show, you're like, well, why don't you just go buy a new number? Mm-hmm. And which is what I would have done. This is what I would do in this circumstance. I would not ever engage or deal with this along with they would have. Like, I would have found way different ways to communicate if I needed to. But, not to blame parents, but for all the reasons they gave of why they didn't change numbers, bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Like, I didn't want to give out a new number. I wanted to find out who's behind all this. Okay.
Yeah.
Why can't we get a new number? Keep the same phone and the parent deals with it. I, as a parent, would have grabbed my kid's phone and they wouldn't have had it.
Right.
You could have mine.
Yeah. Or I would have tried changing the number. And
that would be the easiest, most logical thing to do. But this whole thing has no logic in it.
Right. And for everybody watching, I get it. You're saying it wouldn't have mattered. You're right. It wouldn't have mattered. And we know that because we know who did it. But they didn't know that. So why didn't they change the number? You didn't know it wasn't going to work until you tried it. And I think it's crazy. I would have changed the number probably multiple times.
Right.
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But, of course, the whole shocker of this is it goes for 2 years. It gets to the point that they're telling this girl, kill yourself. The boyfriend is feeling suicidal. He tries to find a new girlfriend 6 hours away, and they somehow get her number and ruin the whole relationship. It's affecting their everyday life.
It's not even the girlfriend number they get.
Right.
It's the girlfrich's mom.
Mom, yeah.
Like,
which
how
is crazy.
Like,
thousands of pages worth of texts
Yes.
over the course of 2 years. And the big kicker of it all is, who was it?
It was the girlfriend's mom
Yeah, the original girl's mom.
saying it to her daughter.
Yeah.
And she was saying like sexual things.
Oh, yeah.
Like what to do to yourself, what the boyfriend's gonna do to her,
Yeah.
killing herself, all this kind of stuff. And props to the dad for handling this the way he did.
Yes. Because, again, these kids were 12 to 14 years old. This is the age range that it happened. And they find out because they get the FBI involved, and they tell Dad, and there's a body cam. You can tell when Dad finds out. And he comes in and he basically says, you need to get out of here or one of us will go to prison. Like, you need to leave. I don't care where you go. He calls her mom.
Yeah.
Like, he calls his wife's parents and says, they're on their way. You're leaving tonight.
Right.
And props. That's what he should have done.
Right.
Dude, I don't know.
The thing was, is he got called at work
Right.
saying, hey, we need you to come home. We found the person. It was your wife.
Yeah.
And his what? Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, and it gets worse because not only was she behind these text messages, but then he finds out at the same time that she supposedly had 2 jobs for the last year, and one of them she never had, and the other one she was fired a year ago.
Yeah.
So he finds this out on top of the text message thing. Ooh, I don't know.
And here's the thing. She was still managing to make some money. How?
Yeah, yeah, and that's what.
Like, so this chick who is way off her rocker is sending upward to 50 messages a day sometimes in detail about a lot of stuff that's going on that she really shouldn't have any knowledge of and still making money.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like any of our job would have fired us if we were this involved in this.
Well, and like I said, props to the dad because he comes in the house and he's asking her to leave and stuff. And mom's like hugging this girl.
Ooh.
And she's like, I love you. I have to stay with my daughter. I love you. I'm so sorry. And the daughter's like hugging her back and stuff. Ooh, man. Me as a dad, I'd be like, get the fuck away from my daughter.
Right,
Like,
100%. Like,
quit hugging her.
you told her
Gone.
to kill herself. You told her she was fat. You
Yeah.
sexually told her what her boyfriend needed to do to you.
You wait on the porch. Your parents are on their way.
You know, and here's the thing though. So this mom admits to it,
Yeah.
okay? But she says, well, I didn't start it. I just finished it.
Right.
Why did we never find out who started it?
I fully believe she started it. Or it could have been an innocent thing, like a girl in her class
No.
that was like starting it, and then mom was like, this is a great idea. Let me destroy my child.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
And her reasoning for doing it was so that she could find out who did it?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. She's like,
That makes no sense.
I didn't start it, and then I continued it so I could figure out who started it. Yeah. And then
I'm with you. Mom started it.
her
Ken
big-
drives her name. Oh,
Yeah.
can't stand that name anymore.
Well, and her big defense, she's sitting there on camera and she's tearful, you know, and she's looking at the camera and she's like, I think what people forget is that we all make mistakes and we've all broken the law at some point. I just got caught. Bitch, no. Like, come on. We all make mistakes.
Like-
This is a little extreme.
Okay, so a mistake would be you sent one.
Yeah.
Like, that's a mistake. To carry it on for
2 years.
2 years or a year and a half, whatever it was that she
Yeah.
actually took over, that's like psycho.
Yeah.
You know, anything you repeatedly do. Like,
It's just so crazy to me.
Oh, it
and
is.
just, I can't imagine, obviously, I can't imagine doing this. I can't imagine the shock of her friends, everybody at the school finding it out. I can't imagine what the dad went through,
Yep.
you know. And I did notice that afterwards, when they interviewed him, mom still had her wedding ring on, dad did not. So, which of course, you know, the daughter said, I haven't seen my mom, you know, she got 19 months in prison, she's out now, she still hasn't seen her. I would imagine they went their separate ways.
oh yeah, you know, and honestly, I think there's someone else to blame in this, and it's the companies that let you send out messages and hide all this stuff.
Yeah, so let's
Like, you as a company, what was it? Pinger,
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 something
Pinger.
like that. Yeah.
They should be at fault for this too. for allowing something like this to happen.
And why?
Why should there be a fault?
No, like, here's what I'm thinking. Why does this company exist?
Right,
What good reason is there to be able to disguise your number multiple times,
right.
multiple ways? There's no, obviously, monitoring of what this is being used for. Why does this company exist?
Right.
I'm sure that it started because telemarketers are using it, right? You block one, they call from another.
Right.
You know, hello, I want to talk to you about your life insurance. That's fine. But even then, why does this exist?
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
It just-
why are we allowing things to be made to hide things?
And even if it exists, why is it available to the public?
Right.
If a business wants to use it, or a debt collector or something, fine, it's still shitty, but whatever.
Right.
But just you and I could get an account and start sending messages, that's fucked up.
Yeah. And I realized the FBI was able to get a hold of the, send warrants out to get a hold of the company to track down the numbers and all that. Well, it shouldn't even come to that.
Well, and exactly. Why, and whatever. A lot of people are going to say it's their job. That's fine, whatever. There's a lot of people that are going to hate law enforcement no matter what you say. But why does the FBI have to do this?
Right.
Like, why do we have something that gets to the point that we have to have the FBI involving themselves in cyberbullying?
Honestly, though, before I even go that far, I get what the principal's saying, but why are we allowing phones in school?
That was my thing. Yes. Why?
He's like, I need it to do my job. You do. You're working. You're a paid person. You probably do need it to communicate in a as-needed basis or a split second.
Yeah.
These are kids. They don't need it.
Well, and he's like, it can be an education tool. No.
Oh,
No,
yeah, because
they
I'm going
can
to sit
have
here. I'm using my calculator in math.
Yeah.
No.
You can have a computer. You can have a MacBook. You can have, a school computer. You can go to the computer lab. That's what
Right.
we used to do. You don't need your phone sitting on your desk
No.
in class. So this principle was part of the problem.
And the fact that they were watching cameras throughout the school to see who was sending a text message at that time,
Yeah.
that was handled incorrectly.
Right.
Like that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like there's so many better ways to probably go about this. For one, get rid of phones in school.
Yeah.
Like, okay, every day when you come in, here's a room we got it set up. You have to go in there and check a phone out. Sorry.
Or just, you don't need it. I see it in class, it's taken away. That's what my teachers did.
Right.
I just, I feel like the whole thing is
I
crazy.
feel, and then I hate to say, like, obviously the mom is the worst culprit. But there's so many other people that are at fault during this whole thing that, one, never stood up for the girl, never stood up for the boy. And you allowed them to get to the point where they were having suicidal thoughts because they were tired of dealing with this.
Right.
Like, this level of stalking and harassment, that's nuts.
Well, and I just think, like, I don't want to parent shame anybody about this, but I'm just thinking about if this was my daughter going through this.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's hard because the person that did it was the mom.
Right.
But I'm just thinking, if this was my daughter, if it was you sending out messages on Bryson's behalf, right?
Right.
My daughter is getting these messages at some point over the course of 2 years, especially when they start to talk about I'm feeling suicidal over this, your phone's gone.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, but I can't make this stop, but I can if I take the phone.
No.
And I hate to
If
be
they
that
do not
way.
have a way to text you,
Right.
it cannot happen.
Right. And I hate to be that way because I know kids, it really matters a lot. And I know the benefits, like they have away games,
Right.
stuff like that, it matters. But if it gets to the point that your kid is saying, I feel suicidal, and this is not stopping, I'm stopping it.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Like, the correct way. Okay, cool. Turn your phone off, sit it on the table, we're never turning it on.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't stop it. We got to stop it.
Right.
So, I don't know. This whole thing is crazy to me. And people are crazy. And her 19 months in prison is nowhere near enough.
And then this whole, I realize I now have a mental illness. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck all the way off.
Yeah.
Like,
That's your defense.
that's a cop-out.
Yeah. That's your defense.
Like, you realize now you didn't realize it while you were doing it.
Right.
You didn't realize it when you started it.
When your daughter came home from school crying.
And here's the thing. She coached these girls.
Yeah.
She helped out at the school.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, what in your mind changed?
I don't know.
You just strike me, and you look at like some of her interviews, somebody who always wanted the attention on herself. So what more way to feel more involved without people knowing it's you than to do this bullshit?
She made her child feel like the world was against her and she needed her mom to protect her.
And the worst part is, there were so many high school students that lost a year or two in high school because they were traumatized by this, that they're never getting back. That is supposed to be the best time of their life.
Right.
And you ruined it because of what? Your mental, I don't want to say unquote, but your mental illness?
Right.
Like, that's what we're going to blame this on?
And I'm sure she has a mental illness, but at some point it's also like, you didn't just realize this.
No.
You know, and this was 2 years of, at times, 100 texts a day.
Right.
Like, you went out of your way for this.
Right.
Like we talked about, finding the boyfriend's girlfriend's mom that was 6 hours away. Like, you really dug for that.
Right.
You know, it just, I don't know. Crazy.
And so, obviously your daughters, are you more worried about catfishing now after watching this? Or do you feel like you have taught your daughter the correct ways to handle this stuff, you respect the people around her, that it's not going to happen?
I feel like for the most part, we've had pretty open conversations about stuff like this. And I do plan on actually maybe even
Having her watch it?
I thought about it. The problem is some of the sexual texts are pretty graphic.
It'd probably wait until she's older. I understand that.
Yeah. Because she's right now at that age where she's like 12 or something. But we've had conversations about similar stuff like this in the past. But I mean, absolutely, you just don't know.
Yeah.
You know? And this was another small town that this happened in.
Right.
It wasn't a big city.
And I, on the other hand, I'm like, I want to teach my son about this to know that this is never correct. But what to say it would never happen to him? Like,
Right.
I mean, this little mom catfished her own daughter.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's going to become a time where dad done it to his son or whoever, you know, and
Right.
you have to know it's not okay. Like, we have to teach this and get it out there.
Yeah. And I don't know what the solution is, but I think for one thing, apps like this Pinger or whatever are just absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I don't see a purpose for it.
They should not be allowed.
No.
I think that this is when the government needs to come in. Like, none of this can be made. There's no reason for it. I don't think the government should be allowed to use it. Debt collectors shouldn't be. Nobody should be allowed to use this.
Because here's the thing, even as a debt collector, let's say you're trying to get somebody to pay their bill and they block your number and you call them from another number and they block that number and you call them from another number and they block that number. Time to go to court, right? Like,
Yeah.
Quit trying to call them. They're going out of their way to avoid you. Time to go to court.
Now, obviously, they're not paying this debt.
Right. It doesn't matter how many times you call them or what number you call them from. And if we're going to get to a point that we care so much about cyberbullying, and obviously we do because the FBI is getting involved, then let's stop these fucking apps that let you do it.
Right, exactly.
So, well, there we go. Episode 24.
It went up and down and ended up in the fields, you know.
All over the place.
So, but guess what? Week 1 of the 2025 NFL season is here.
Yes.
And I am so excited. So, here's what I'm doing. Thursday night, hoping to get some B-dubs. Sit in front of my TV and watch the Eagles kick some ass.
And
Here's the best part. My wife is a Cowboys fan.
There you go. You guys are going to join our pick'em, and you're going to make your picks, and you're going to interact, or we're going to send you a bunch of spam texts through Pinger until you fucking make your picks.
I love it.
No.
Boom, boom. Boss, I need today off work. I gotta send like 900 messages.
Honey, I quit my job. I need to ping some people. I'm assuming that's what you would call it. But follow us on all socials. Like I said, the link to our pick'em, it's there. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all the things. Follow, like, subscribe, interact with us. That's what it's all about. Get in, make your picks, win some wings.
Until next time.
It's garage time.